Yesterday, one of my e-commerce brands did a little over $10,000 in sales. What you may not know is that I'm only running ads on TikTok. Over the last couple of years, I've spent about $4 million on TikTok ads. But in the last couple months, with the launch of TikTok Shop, more beta features from the platform, and the platform just seems to continue getting better, it has never been a better time, a more profitable time to start running TikTok ads. So a few months back, I made a video explaining some updates to my strategy, budgets, launching ads, scaling ads on TikTok. A lot of people had a lot of questions. So today I'm going to give you the absolute best TikTok ad tutorial for 2024. We're going to go through policy, trends, ads, examples, a lot of fun stuff. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. I'm going to pick 3 winners who are going to get a free one-on-one call with me where I can help you scale your business. No cost. All you got to do is like, subscribe, and comment. So here's a couple of the topics that we're going to cover for today. Product trends, just the direction things are going because it is changing. Ad trends, research tools, ad creatives. This is huge. TikTok policy, okay? Setting up your ad account, how to do this right. Best targeting practices, the best budget practices. We're going to go ahead and launch ads live. Now, don't skip ahead to that because this is all the stuff that 90% of advertisers never take the time to learn. And that's why they never make real money. So this is actually the easy part, but we're going to launch ads live together. I'm also going to explain what to do when, not if, when your ads get rejected or partially disapproved or your ad account gets suspended. Again, that's not an if, it's a when. It's just a matter of time. So I can't stress this enough. If you can't spend 30 minutes on this, don't bother starting e-commerce. Don't run ads on TikTok. You're going to waste your money. This is the critical stuff you have to know. I'm going to go through it as fast as possible. Again, from someone who this year alone probably spent another $1.2 to $1.3 million on ads so far. So I do have a little Black Friday Q4 fun offer for you, a $1 store and free coaching. This is super cool. My team is going to build you a Shopify store for $1. Okay. Just like this, Q4 sales volume. This is a couple days before Black Friday, a store following that same framework. We're going to add 10 products onto it that are selling right now. You're going to want to activate your trial and complete the setup right away. We have an AI bot that's going to walk you through it. Your store can be live and set up within 15 minutes for $1. And at the end of that setup, you're going to be able to book a free coaching call. My team's going to get on the phone with you, help you set everything up, and then launch the ads with you live on the phone so that you don't screw anything up for free. There's no upsell to anything else inside of there. It's just going to save you a lot of time. Use this as a foundation. Take advantage of that. Now, if you don't want the store, that's fine for whatever reason. If you have yours, even if it's not working well, I would recommend just grabbing another. It's easy. You can still book a free coaching call. You just have to open your ad account using our link down below and deposit $10. The link is in the description below. We verify this. Okay. So moving on, TikTok Shop is a massive, massive trend. In fact, I had a friend the other day that did $1.2 million in sales one day. Okay. And keep in mind, you're paying out a percentage, which is basically an affiliate cut, anywhere on average from 10 to 15% to these creators to make videos, promote it. It's insane how this platform is working. So I'm seeing a lot of people do big discounts on daily items, home office, and clothing. I feel like clothing is just making a huge run up right now on TikTok. So it's a huge opportunity. Here's an example of a couple of those. This desk was $400 on Amazon, but somehow it's only $100 on TikTok Shop. Jealous of everyone getting this deal. And if you look, eligible for commission right there. And there's crazy coupons for it too. What? 100,000 likes. Okay. You can actually use tools, I'll show you in a second, to see how much money this person is making in affiliate commission. It will shock you. There's creators with 20,000 followers making 100 grand a month in commission. And one of those tools is FastMoss. So if you want to look and see exactly what people have going on TikTok Shop, this is the platform for you. So just figured I'd put that out there. But TikTok Shop is exploding. It's crazy. Now, on the store and product side of things, I'm seeing a little bit of a shift over the last 2 years or so away from the gimmicky stuff, flashing lights, spinning pop-up wheels, and aggressive sales strategies. Like that stuff just doesn't work. It just kind of falls between the cracks. People have gotten used to it. I still do see like standard find a trending product, do some basic ad testing and get it working. Still works great. As always, your first test likely won't be a winner. So test efficiently and keep moving on. Like it's a pretty quick process just to test products. And then research tools like PP Ads still works to find new products. I'm leaning more towards now looking at stuff like TikTok Shop and some of the research tools around that, because you can go in and look at the products, do searches, and see what stuff is moving. So that's a really cool thing to do. And I just see that continuing to be the trend. Okay. So here's a couple product trends into 2024. Okay. I'm going to give you a couple resources. I'll also leave this slide linked below if you want to grab a copy of it, just so you can click all these hyperlink things. But there's a couple of resources I'm leaving linked inside of here. These are directly through TikTok where you can look at top performing ads on the TikTok platform. That's going to be a great research tool for you just to explore different ideas. If I want to sell LED lights, I can go in here and search all of that, and it's going to be a really easy way just to see what stuff is getting a lot of engagement, what stuff is, spending a lot of money, all of that. You can see the click-through rates. Like, this is crucial information if you're trying to find a winning product, okay? Now, again, use TikTok Shop for some more ideas. I am seeing a significant increase in these categories. Clothing brands. Catch that difference? Brands. Lots of streetwear stuff is blowing up. DIY products are absolutely huge. And then sustainable stuff, unique stuff. People want something with a flair, something that makes them feel good, sustainable, or the good ingredients, non-GMO, if it's like, supplements or gummies and all this stuff. They want healthy stuff and stuff that's actually good for the environment. That's a great flair right now that's happening. Eco-friendly, environmental friendly. I know somebody doing a couple $100,000 a month selling t-shirts that come in a can, like an actual metal tin can. You have to open it. Awesome, right? Just a different flair works really, really well. Now, best creative practices. This is not, hey, I'm a creative person. No, this is the ad creatives, the videos, the images, whatever you're running as a paid ad, okay? Or organic. Okay, 3 to 5 ads under each ad group when I'm starting out. This is when I'm running paid ads on TikTok. I'm not doing one video under there. I'm not doing 17. Okay, you can go above 5 if you're really spending a lot, 500 to 1,000 a day per ad group budget. But just in the starting phase, this is a real good sweet spot. Now, I do want to point this out because it relates to policy. Perfect congruence is critical. I've never seen one other person talk about this on YouTube. If you are selling a t-shirt for, let's say it's normally $50, and right now you can get it for, $24.99. If you go in your ad and say it's 50% off, that is not true. This is not exactly 50% off. That's not congruent. You are actually violating TikTok's policy. That's misleading based on price. Not only will it likely get your ads flagged, and you could have one that's usually says partially disapproved, it's still running, but you're likely to get your ad account suspended for that very reason if it continues. TikTok has been doing a great job of warning accounts, saying, hey, these are partially disapproved. Please fix these. And they still let them run. They hurt the performance a little bit, but they still run. If that continues long enough and you don't fix the problem, you will get taken down for that, okay? So again, I'll leave all these hyperlinks, but you can use the TikTok Creative Center to see top performing ads. And this is cool, the TikTok Creative Assistant, a new beta test. I've been working a lot with a really high level rep inside of TikTok. So one of my ad accounts has access to a lot of unique beta testing things. Some I'm allowed to talk about, some I'm not, but it's really cool what TikTok's doing. And obviously not being paid by them to do this, but it's really cool the steps they're taking for advertisers. It's a really, really cool thing. So I guess this one doesn't want to load. So I'll just leave this link below. Again, you can grab it if you want. Don't link directly to an opt-in form. This is not really relevant for e-commerce people, but anybody running any offer like solar, lead generation, realtors, whatever, you don't want to run ads that links to an input form of information, name, email, phone. You don't want that stuff to be the lander. You're going to need a middle step. Again, just a policy thing that most advertisers don't realize because people don't really talk about this. Okay. So just avoid that. And I do get the best results from running Spark ads. If you don't know what this is, you can look it up. It's basically running ads to a post that's on your page. It's an actual singular post. Even if you duplicate it 20 times, all the engagement, likes, comments, shares goes to the one post. It's huge for social proof. I get better results with this. Hands down, non-negotiable. However, my rep, and this is not a basic rep, like this is a higher level person that you can't really get access to unless you spend over $300,000 a month. My rep maintains there's no technical difference. Bullshit. It's just simple results. Look at the difference. I do recommend you try both though. See what works for you. All right. Sourcing ad creatives. How do you actually get them? There's only 2 ways to get ad creatives. You can either pay or I guess have someone else do it. That could be for money, for an exchange, for free, whatever. Pay someone else to do it or do it yourself. That's it. Okay. If you're going to do it yourself, CapCut is a good spot to edit. That's something that I like to do. You can also do it in app. That's always the best way to do it, is film the ads on your phone if you can, edit them inside the TikTok app and run that as a Spark ad. It'll just get naturally boosted because you're not bringing it in from outside the platform. They like to keep everything in-house. If you want a really easy spot to outsource this, which is what I recommend to every single person inside of my paid programs and here on YouTube, is Viral Ecom Ads. They have a VIP program, dirt cheap, where you get a 24-hour turnaround time. That's critical when you're launching ads. Okay, I use them for about 90% of my creatives. Okay, so they make ads for Facebook ads, Snapchat, image ads. They do all sorts of stuff. You can go over here. Let's see the video ad packages. TikTok split testing, $50. Or if you're a VIP member, $12.50. You'll get it in 24 hours. They'll go make you 3 videos, which again is the minimum amount you need to test your ads. So this is by far the best, fastest, and cheapest way to get stuff, just to start doing some product testing. It's cheap, it's quick, you get unlimited revisions. And if you're a VIP member, which you absolutely should be, you get 75% off and 24-hour delivery. So if you're ever going to do more than one video, more than one product, if anything starts working at all, this immediately makes economical sense. For $50 a month, all your videos are now like $10 and 24-hour delivery. So really helps you out when scaling. You get delivery on weekends, support. They have coaching calls, all sorts of stuff in the e-com space. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend them. You can use my link and code down below, get a little discount. That is a great way to get started in the e-commerce space. I've sent them a ton of customers and a ton of money out of my own pocket because it works. So setting up your ad account. Let's move on to a couple of specifics here. This is going to seem boring, basic, like, Hayden, I already have an ad account. Funny enough, most people set up their ad account wrong. Did you know that? It's again, I work with a lot of people. I see it all the time. It's not good. Okay, very simple. TikTok has 2 payment options, manual and automatic. Most new accounts are going to have access to both right away. Some don't have automatic payments unlocked. The reason you might not have automatic unlocked is honestly, usually it's based on your location. If you're in a country that has a higher history of fraud, might not be available. Who knows? Or if you have absolutely zero history on TikTok, sometimes it's just randomly not available. Regardless of your choice, deposit a minimum of $10. That's their minimum amount of money you can deposit on the platform, as if you're doing manual payments. I have like an invoice structure where they invoice me on a certain threshold. It's even different than automatic, but that's once you're actually spending money. All my stuff's on automatic payments, but when I open a new ad account, I immediately deposit $10. What this does, especially for you right now, is it starts warming up the payment history. Not I open the account and set everything up. There's payment activity. First of all, this is critical because, a couple reasons here, it warms up the ad account in an early payment history, and a scammer doesn't do this. That's a big piece. People who are trying to commit fraud on TikTok and stuff, they don't go deposit money and then leave it for a few days, right? So even if you're just starting to get things set up, you're waiting on your store, you got to get some ad creatives and kind of learn the process, just put in the $10. You can always take it out, right? Like it just warms up the account. It's like a good faith thing. And my rep will never admit that like that is something, but like I see less accounts get banned that do that. Okay. So do it right when you open it. Just less of a likelihood of having an issue. Okay. You can use my partner link down below. Again, there's a geo link for each of the country if you're in one of those. If not, use the link down below. You'll get higher chances basically to get access to a high quality rep from TikTok. They'll give you bonuses when they do ad credit stuff and whatnot, but you also get a free coaching call from us when you use that link. So make sure you go there, deposit your $10, open your account and everything, and book a call with us. You got to also do that. Okay. Now, before we get into launching the ads live, which I know you're excited for, best budget practices. How much money are we about to spend, baby? What do we got to do? When do we kill stuff? We're going to go through all of that. There's a lot of very simple things here. Like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Remember, I'm going to do some one-on-one coaching calls with a few people. Appreciate you. All right, TikTok recommended. This is what TikTok's going to tell you, whether you're going through the little TikTok training program they have that explains how to run ads, whether you're talking to a rep or whatever. They're going to say 10 to 20x your target daily CPA. Stick with me for a second. I'm going to explain what that means. You'll also sometimes hear 50 in a week, okay? These are 2 different numbers that are not even correlated. But here's the thing. Let's say I'm trying to get a purchase for $20. $20 is my number. I'm selling something for 50. So I need to pay 20 or less. Well, what's 20 times 10? That's 200. That means my minimum daily budget per ad group has to be 200. It's a lot of money, especially considering you're going to want to launch more than one ad group. Okay. Now, they've also previously said 50 in a week, for your weekly budget. So divide that. I don't know. I disagree with that. I've actually had more success with a 10 to 20x daily versus going 50 a week. So that's their situation. And this is the big thing on the budget. You have to leave it for 5 to 7 days for it to exit the learning phase. Yeah, buddy, let a beginner spend $200 a day for 7 days. That's $1,400. I didn't have $1,400 when I was starting. I mean, I did, but barely. Like, no. My preferred strategy, this is just what I do, still do. 50 to 75 bucks a day per ad group. I'm going to launch 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. I'm going to do that. I'm going to surf scaling within 2 days. I have other videos on this. We have our free course goes through that. The course that you're going to get when you buy a store goes through this anyways. But surf scaling, I move around the budgets quickly. I'm not letting them sit for 7 days. I can jack it up right away just by seeing performance. So I can kill stuff. I can do some things like that. Again, with that, 3 creatives is best practice. When you're going with the 10 to 20x per day, you could go up to 5, and TikTok will tell you that. I haven't seen success doing that when it's a lower budget. I like to do 3 because otherwise you're just spreading it too thin. It's already thin. So again, I would test mine first just because it takes less cash out of pocket. Obviously I'm biased because guess what? It works for me. Do whatever you want, but those are 2 different things you can do. Okay. So those are best budget practices, my opinion versus TikTok's opinion. All right. Best targeting practices. How are you going to target? Large and open audiences perform the best. 25 million plus in size. Good rule of thumb here is if you get a narrow audience warning, it can still perform. However, the performance of that audience usually gets weaker as you scale. So that's something to know. So I just look out for that warning. Honestly, it's pretty good guidance metric. My 2 most successful audiences, ironically enough, is number 1, stacking at least 5 relevant-ish interests or categories, if you will, over 100 million in total size. I go large. Now, I do want to point this out. If you're isolating countries, which I don't normally do, but like just Canada, that rule can change based on the total size. But I just stack. I like to get it as large as possible. Or number 2, no interest. I target nobody, and that actually works super well, especially for scaling, but you can't have 20 of these because then they'll start to get mushy and compete. So the audience is actually a lot less important than you think. I'll give you an example. We were selling automotive parts, like high ticket. Minimum was $200, maximum price was $7,000. It's like the average order value in the store is like $1,100, right? I targeted socks that go on your feet. It worked. It eventually died out, but it worked just like anything else. The targeting is not that important, okay? Now, let's go through a live TikTok ad launch. We'll go through, show you a couple things, a little bit of buttons, some stuff you might not have seen, just to help guide you in the right direction. Now, book a free coaching call down below. If your store is not making consistent sales, I don't care if you already have a store, open a new one. Have us make you one. It's very easy to do. It's an 8 out of 10 quality. It's not the best of the best because there's other things you're going to have to do. It's a base. It's a foundation. We give you products, but we're also going to coach you and you're going to get the course for free. A lot of benefits for $1. So here's one of my own ad accounts that actually runs ads for selling these stores. Funny enough, we build a lot of websites for people. We do really well with that. So let's take a look. And by the way, those people are paying more than $1. So as we load this up, we're going to go into custom mode for the campaign creation. Very simple process here. We're going to go down over to website conversions, scroll down. You can name it whatever you want. I'll do test, testing ads. I'll name it the product if I'm going to launch multiple products, but I usually stick with one to start. So we'll continue on with this ad group name. I'm almost always targeting the US and Canada. So I rarely have to actually say that because almost all my stuff is there. I'm a big stickler for the name though. So for an example, we'll just leave that for now. We're going to select our pixel and then select your optimizing event. You're going to do complete payment. That is a conversion event aiming for purchase. Even if it's yellow and doesn't say active, you can still use it. That's fine. Okay. We're going to go down here. If you are running Spark ads, like I mentioned, I cover this in the course, you're going to have to select your placement because you can only run that on TikTok. Go to advanced settings. I always get rid of video download. Video sharing is fine. I usually get rid of comments. I'm fine with having comments once I see that the trend is naturally positive or if I'm spending a lot of money because the good will outweigh the bad and they can rank, you can engage with them, do reply ads to those comments and it suppresses any other stuff, because if you have 1 negative comment and 6 good ones, it's better to have no comments at all. That ratio is just not great. So I'll usually have comments off, even though they say you'll get better results. I don't necessarily see that happening. Okay, so we'll go here. I always run to US and Canada. Again, depending on where you're at, you can do different stuff. I run 18 plus only just because of the iOS tracking stuff that's not available for anyone under 18. And for this one, we'll leave it blank. No interest. Okay, I'm gonna launch this one at $50. I'll set it to run the next day. We'll start this thing top of the hour. Boom, boom. So it's gonna run tomorrow starting. If you're a brand new account, you won't have access to value. You need about 20 purchases for that. Do conversion, totally fine, maximum. So this is now no interest and conversion. And I'll launch a lot of these when I'm starting. Different audiences is mostly the difference between it. But I'll go to next. And now the only thing I'm doing is putting in my 3 Spark ads. If I want to not do Spark ads, it's fine. You can just upload them inside of here. But that's really all I'm doing inside of here is just use TikTok account to deliver Spark ads. Boom, turn that on. Post authorized content. That's it. If you haven't added your code from TikTok, you can, again, I cover this in the course. Then you just select your post and that's it. And now the only other thing you have to do is put in your link. You do 3 of these. You could just, when you have this page pulled up, just select 3 different videos and that's it. Hit submit. Done. We just launched an ad. Now, once that one is launched, I'm just going to duplicate it. And the only thing I'm going to change is the audience and the name of it, right? To reflect that. And then I'm going to do it again and again. Maybe change the budget on a couple of those. Done. Do you see how less important that was than people think? A couple little details on there that might be important, but like it's the gist. All of this other stuff is way more important. Now, I do want to hit on these couple of things: ad account suspension and ads rejected. Stick with me for a second. This is critical. So partially rejected is the most common. It actually says partially disapproved. Okay. They're still delivering and it hurts your performance a little bit. It's very frustrating. This happened to me a lot. First thing you can do is create a support ticket. Get specific reasons. They're always going to give you a generic response. Hit them back again. Generic response. Fuck you. Hit them back again. Go. Like just, you're trying to push through the automated bot here to actually get an answer. Eventually, you might be lucky enough to get an assigned rep, either through the support ticket, or you're just going to see a pop-up in the bottom of your account one day that says, book a one-on-one call. Do it. Not for like coaching. That's purely for any issues that happen. It's a great resource. So this happens a lot to me, even on ads that I had pre-approved by the TikTok internal team. I sent them a Google Drive link with 10 new creatives. They said all of them are good to go except for this one. So just run these 9, launched them. Immediately this happened. So annoying. It actually took my ad account down for 12 days. Very, very frustrating. I was pretty pissed. So it can happen. Again, these are kind of the solutions you have. Now, if your ad account is suspended, the only thing you can do, it's not some magic button. There's not some phone number I have that you can call. This is what you do. Bottom right of your thing, click the question mark. How can I submit a ticket? Hit need further assistance, submit ticket, and then suspended ads manager appeal. That's just how you do it. Go through the process. Say, I believe these were falsely flagged by the algorithm. These, like I followed the policy. I didn't break any rules. Like we're in compliance. You can say all those things. Say those trigger words. It was flagged by the algorithm. We're not violating the policy. So then other than that, some additional resources. The TikTok Academy is just kind of a good resource. Obviously, they built for their advertisers. Always good to go through internal training. More so to learn about policy and best practices and some things to test like that. Also, I apologize. I know my lighting is not perfect inside of this video, but whatever. It's been a few months since I've been on YouTube. So I just wanted to give you guys this update. And then my coaching program, we don't do a lot of this. We usually close it for a couple months. It's been a while since we brought anyone in there, but we have a super small group coaching program. It's like 12 to 15 people in there. And yeah, I might leave that link down below. Maybe not. Check me on Instagram, honestly, if you want that, because it's usually closed. So other than that, the biggest thing I can tell you right now is focus on the policy and just like not breaking it. It's really as simple as that. And like you have to learn what it is to do that. I explained some of that inside of here. There's a lot of little things. Like if you're doing weight loss, you can't do before and after on any fitness stuff. If you say the words before and after in your ad copy, gone. That's Facebook too. Violation. Don't use the word bikini, swimsuit. Okay. Just little things like this that you learn over time with policy that are critical. Other than that, get a store. If you don't already have a store that is working, I don't care if you have a store. If it's not working, grab a new one. See how we do it a little different. You'll get access to some resources that will help you even on your other store. Free course, access to a little coaching group, and then a coaching call where we help you with your ads, just the initial launching stage of it. Okay. Very simple. Now, some people like, oh, I got frustrated because like one time somebody didn't show up for their call. It's like, look, this is bonus stuff, guys. Like we have a full-time team. I think we have 7 people now helping people do this through our partnership with TikTok and Shopify. We are endorsed partners directly from those platforms. Not a lot of people can say that. What you're getting here is the store for $1. What you're really buying, my opinion on it, is the course. You're getting some training on how to do this stuff. So that's the value point behind it. Anybody can build a store. So yeah, there's the things, but we do add some products for you. Other than that, book the coaching call below. Open your TikTok ad account, nice and easy. And then as you're getting started with all this stuff, you're absolutely going to want to make sure to use viral ecom ads to get your ad creatives. That is where I get almost all of mine for e-commerce, over 90%. That is 100% of my stuff when I'm starting, because I'm not ordering the product, waiting 2 weeks. I want my stuff quick. I want to test a product, move on. Test a product. Oh, it's winning. Great, I can get more creatives faster by using the VIP program at Viral Ecom Ads. Very simple. So there is your 2024 TikTok ad update. If there's anything I missed or things you want to know, leave it in the comment section down below. Again, I'm doing a giveaway. Like, subscribe, comment down below. I'm gonna do some one-on-one coaching calls with a few people. I hope you have an excellent wrap up to your 2024 and your Q4 there, as well as a good start to your new year. Okay? Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.